Hey everybody, Digger coming at you with another little camper update. Yeah, okay. So I figured I'd just take a minute and tell you what's been going on around here and show you around a little bit. So let's get it on. Alright, so you can tell I have the cats. Hi Swirly. But I made me a little closet area over here and got my shower to go bag there. Some storage up in there. Got the 75-inch flat screen up there with the Sonos surround sound system. Got me a dresser up there. And, well, there you go. That's a little better. And, got my mirror up there. And this, I think I'm going to cut that up and make some kind of make the bed kind of like a couch setup. Even though the pillows are that way, I sleep this way. So I just move those around as needed. But I don't know. I may try to sleep on that for a while and eliminate the mattress. I don't know because I've got two of those. So we'll see what happens with that. I've got my I've got a little shelf right back here you can't see that has my tablet on it. That way I can watch TV with that at night and have the weather station right there. Have my remote for the ceiling vent up there, and got a little fan up in here. Got my clock and USB set up there. This is my recliner, and I made a little shelf here. You can see I've got some cool little stuff on there, but this is all super solid. I mean, I use that what do you call it, Craig pocket hole jig, and boy, I'll tell you, that thing is amazing. I love it. So I did this a while back with a 3D printer for it's a incense burner thing, so I thought that was pretty cool. But got my little van that I painted back when I was about 12 years old, back when my brother had the real van. That was 1980. But so I was like 13, 14 years old, I think. But excuse my stuff I got sitting up here. I've just got bags of potato chips, cleaners, and spray cans and stuff like that down in here. A couple extra tools down in there right now. This is gonna go away. I did just cut these up and everything and made those all fit in here much nicer. They make it a lot nicer for standing on. But got some spare wood right there that I'm going to do some stuff with. Still have my inverter control here, my battery monitor and diesel heater all over here. And then this, I've got to figure out what I'm going to do with this yet. I've got my diesel heater coming out there and right here, and I've got another tube. I want to run the diesel heater over and probably bring it out down here, but not sure about all that yet. And then I'll make a different block off plate for that and everything, and because this is all temporary, you know, that's where I got all my drugs and all my cooking oils and stuff down there. It little temporary magnet. I know I showed you guys that before. And threw this over the hole where the sink was, because the sink is out. I made that little shelf with the pocket hole jig, and like that. So, but back here, I told you guys I was going to convert the bedroom to a computer room. So I have my laptop over here hooked to a second monitor, so it's a little bit bigger. I think that's a 22 or 24 inch. Have me some speakers, a subwoofer under the table there. Over here I just got my drone and a couple camera accessories and everything, and my new camera boxes up there. And let's see, got my printer down here. That's all hooked up and working. I've got this, which That is a Cricut Explorer 3 that I just got, so I can make me some decals and some stickers and stuff now. I've got the 3D printer back there, which unfortunately did not survive the move, and it powers up, but I can't get the feed to I can't get the nozzle to heat up or anything, so I might send that out somewhere and have it looked at. But put me up some Walking Dead stuff and zombie stuff, because you know that's how I roll. This is all stuff. I got diesel heater stuff, the new box that the Cricut came in. I got to put that in storage. Diesel heater stuff, electrical stuff, everything. That's all stuff that's got to go to storage. Same. That's the other box of 6-inch foam sitting in there, and that was the flip-up table that was on the wall over here, and I want to probably use that somewhere, but this is just temporary. This is just kind of sitting on top of the microwave right there. So I've got the microwave, the air fryer, and the hot plate, and then my big EcoFlow up under there. I now have 400 amp hours of lithium batteries, and I did hook up right now I just have 2 100-watt panels laying on the ground outside that are hooked up, and they do work and everything, but inside I have 2 400 watts, so a total of 800 watts of solar that as soon as I get some help to somebody to hoist them up to me up on the top, we'll get those put up there. But got the, excuse the mess there, the litter box, the food, their water, my diesel and diesel tank for the diesel heater. But so that's what's going on with this room. Eventually I will, you know, I'm going to redo all this stuff and everything, because I kind of like the all the cooking stuff being over here, but I don't like how the microwave is sitting, because the door opens this way and you have to make sure that nothing's in the way when you open it and everything. So that's all going to change eventually, and I'll do something with this wall. I started to, excuse my finger, I was going to put a cabinet up there or something like that one, but just haven't gotten around to it, and I'll explain that here in a little bit. I have another power vet up here, so one in the front, one in the back. This one's usually blowing inward, and that one's blowing outward, so keeps the air circulating in here. But I did get my coat rack is right there, and I've got a hat rack over here now, and you can see I've got a fan up there. I've also got a fan up here. Those are both USB charged lithium fans. You can plug or unplug, you know, you charge them up, unplug them, clip them around wherever you need, everything. Got my refrigerator in here. Of course, we've got the Weirdos Unite Van City Van Life stuff, and I've got another little camper fan right there, light, you know, stuff like that. So that's all good. And let's see, I just threw this over here for temporary, because I want to build a desk here that's the same height as that comes around, and maybe even comes out this way, to kind of put a little bit of a footer on the bed that matches that one up there. So I'm not sure about that yet, but so that's how things are working right now. You can tell here I'm watching a little bit of Benny Johnson. That's always interesting. So, but that's, well, now I'll get my hand out of the way. Okay, so let me tell you guys what's been going on here. For the last 2 months, I've been having a little bit of an odd physical issue that the doctors are trying to figure out. They're going to put me through a stress test here in a couple weeks. I wake up in the morning, and here lately I've had about 1 hour or less before I get super lightheaded, and then I'm stuck with that all day. So it means I can't work on anything. I can't work on, I'm scared to death I'm going to end up cutting a finger off or something with a saw. So I've done a little bit, but not near as much as what I would like to be doing. So I've been to the doctor a couple times, been to the ER. My sister's an RN. She's trying to help with some stuff and everything. And life has royally sucked. We can say that. So I'm just hoping they can figure something out, because I'll tell you, life like this absolutely sucks. I don't wish it on anybody. And hopefully I can get back to normal, and then I can take on some jobs again, building some buses or something like that. I did get out, and I got the ambulance to where it will fire up and run. The only thing is I have to fire it up every day, otherwise the batteries go down far enough that it just turns over or clicks. And so there's still something in that ambulance that's drawing on the battery, and I've got to figure that out. But like I say, when you get lightheaded all day, it takes all the motivation out of you and the want to do anything, everything. So it's not been fun, and I'm a go-go person. I've always got a project going on. I always have to do something, and having this issue royally sucks. I mean, bad sucks. Some days I get up, I'm up for a couple hours, I do a couple of little things, and then I just lay back in the bed and I'll take a nap for 3 hours or something, because I can't do anything. And it's really driving me nuts. At 58 years old, I am falling apart fast, I'll tell you. And my teeth are, I slipped and fell and knocked out some of my teeth there. And then I bit into something and took another chunk out of the front tooth. So that's driving me nuts. But figured I'd let you guys know what was going on. I've gotten a little bit done here and there, but not near as much as what I would like to. And like I say, it kills my motivation to do things, even little stuff like making this video. Today is one of the good days. This is probably the first day in close to 2 weeks that I have remotely a little bit felt normal. And so I figured I'd take advantage of the situation here and make a little video to tell everybody what's going on, because I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, they're going to put me through a stress test, which was they originally said they wanted me to go see a neurologist, and once I explained everything to my sister said, well, you don't need to go see a neurologist. You need to see a cardiologist, because they did do the ultrasound on my neck, and they said, well, your neck is less than 50% clogged, so that's all good. But then they also said that the main vein that comes down and runs from your carotid down to your heart area, they said they detected a speed up, but that was all they said. Well, once I told my sister about that, she says, you got a blockage going on. And when I get that lightheadedness, I don't think straight. I may have to, something that normally would take me 20 minutes to do might take me 2 hours to do, just because I have to think about it and think about it and think about it. And it's been a real pain in the butt, people. But like I say, today is one of the better days. I would say right now I feel 85%, which for me is a great day. There's a lot of days I feel 30 or 40%. And those are the days that I just lay down in that bed right there and watch TV. Drives me insane. So, but that's what's going on. Figured I'd just tell you guys a little bit about why I have not been posting videos, and a little bit of a camper update. I am loving life here in the camper. It's nice and small. I've got this whole area, and I've got the computer room started now and everything. So, life is good that way. But like I say, it sucks that even just to build this little I want to build back in this corner right here. It's like more effort than I'm willing to put out on most days. So I just kind of have to wait until I have a decent day, and it's so hard to tell if you're going to have a decent day, because the lightheadedness, it might kick in. Say I wake up at 8 o'clock in the morning, I might be lightheaded by 9 o'clock in the morning. Other times I may be lightheaded by noon or 2, maybe 4 in the afternoon or something like that. But when it kicks in, I'm done. I'm done. So if you guys have heard anything like this or anything, let me know what's going on, because everybody's had their opinion. I've got one guy that says, "Oh, it's your sugar and everything." I said, "No, all that's been checked." "No, it's your sugar. It's your sugar." I said, "I've never been diabetic, and they've checked my sugar. That's not the issue." And he just pushes and pushes, saying, "It's your sugar. You need to have your sugar checked out." And I'm like, I have. I don't know what to tell people. Some of the suggestions are not the greatest of suggestions, but if there is anybody out there that says, "I went through that same thing and it was this," well, I would love to hear it. But you guys let me know in the comments or something, and I'm going to get back in here and see if I can get anything done today, because about the only thing I've really gotten done today is get this trailer all cleaned out and everything, and reorganized for the most part. Like I say, I've still got this stuff back here that I need to take out to the ambo or to the van, one or the other. Some of it goes in the ambo and for keeping here. Other stuff I'll put in the van and take back to storage and everything. But that's what's going on. Digger's getting old. Starting to break down, I guess. That's the only thing I can figure, is I'm just getting old, and I'm following the footsteps of my brother that passed away. They couldn't figure his stuff out, and now his was a little different than mine. He kept having little mini strokes, and it got to where every day he was having a little mini stroke, and they couldn't figure it out and everything, and it just eventually took him out. But lost my sister by what was that, leukemia, I think that's what it was. But mom and dad both had surgery issues, on this stuff, and I come from a family of smokers, so I smoke, and obviously something that I really screwed up at ever doing. I wish I would have never done it. I wish I could have quit, but I'll be honest, of everything in life that I've ever tried to quit, that is by far the hardest thing to stop. That is the worst addiction, I think, that I have ever had. And I'm addicted to Mountain Dew. Okay, it's not good for you, but that's not something that's gonna kill me overnight or anything. I'm addicted to cigarettes. That's bad. I'm addicted to cars. Uh, that's been my whole life, but that's not going to kill me. I'm addicted to cats, you know. But I mean, I'm just saying though, the addiction to smoking is real, and if you've never smoked, congrats. I wish I could be you, you know. But it is the hardest thing I've ever done, is try to quit smoking. And the doctors have tried. I've went to what do you call it, hypnosis. I've been there twice. The first time it lasted for a month, or no, the first time, that's right, that lasted for 7 days. And then my girlfriend broke up with me, and immediately I went back to smoking. The second time, I think it lasted a day and a half. So that obviously didn't work out too well. The doctors have all kinds of patches and, you know, gum and everything like that I can take. I've got it all here, but I don't know, smoking's hard. I mean, it really is. They say words are hard. Well, cigarettes are hard. So if you don't smoke, don't ever start. But all right, everybody, we just wanted to tell you what was going on. Huh, Hootie? Oh, Hoot Dog. Oh, I love my cats. But I guess that's everything. I did just find out that my nephew was involved in a pretty bad accident, and he's out in Utah right now. So my sister and my brother-in-law have both flown out there to keep an eye on him, see what's going on. But they had a surgery today, and I guess both feet got messed up pretty good. He had something ruptured inside of him or something. They had to do a surgery on that first, and then turn around and do a foot surgery. And they're saying that in about 3 or 4 weeks they're going to have to do another foot surgery, or surgery of some type. So I haven't really gotten a whole lot of word yet on what's going on, but Sean's my man. I love that kid. Thank God he ain't dead, so hey, all we can do is hope. But alright, everybody, well, before I get all stupid and teary-eyed and everything, I'm going to check off here, and I'll go back to watching Benny and see what he's got to say about the president and all that kind of stuff. So I don't watch any regular TV, regular news or anything anymore. I just pretty much watch Benny. So I guess that's everything for today. So we will get off here, and I will catch you all later. Catch you on the flip side. We'll yak at you later. Digger is